our campus is an extension of the city of Newark and vice versa. And I think coming here today kind of reinforces that. I know our student athletes now, and I'm sure years ago, you guys, when you were in school, partaken in a lot of the city activities. And I think bringing an event like this to the Newark Club here is nice for us, and it really reinforces about how the campus interacts with the city and vice versa. Today's a great day for us. It gives us an opportunity to recognize some of our former great student athletes and bring back some people to the campus that probably haven't been here in a little while. I encourage you all to come back to campus after today's events. It's grown in leaps and bounds. I was just talking to Carl, and he was saying, I said, we're playing the alumni basketball game in the rec gym, and he says, oh, again. I said, well, yeah, the last time we did was because we were putting a new wood floor down in the gym, and this time it's because we're redoing all the seats and we took out the bleachers and we're putting in individual seats. The campus grows quickly around here, and I think that's very indicative of the way the university is going to change in the future. And being that you're graduates of the campus or current student athletes, I think you're going to be part of what we are in the future. And I think the more you interact with us and see what's going on, I think you're going to be excited about it because it's who we really are.
So again, it really is an honor and a pleasure for me as the head coach to induct one of our guys into the Athletic Hall of Fame. So I would like Brian to come up and to officially be inducted into the 2011 class Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
It is an honor to be here today. I am humbled to be joining such a fine group of athletes in the Rutgers-Newark Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank the Alumni Association and the Newark Club for organizing and hosting this luncheon and giving us the opportunity to celebrate with our family and friends. In 1995, I didn't know where I was headed. And thanks to Coach Georgievich, who showed interest in me, I landed here at Rutgers-Newark. My time on the Rutgers-Newark baseball team was fun and rewarding. My accomplishments would not have been possible without the support of head coach Tom Cashel and our hitting coach Tandy. I have wonderful memories of playing baseball at Rutgers. When I think back, I am reminded of the camaraderie of our team, the wisdom of our coaches, our celebrated victories, and our lessons of our defeats. As I start my family, I hope this award will show my daughter that with hard work and some dedication, anything is possible. I'd like to thank my family for the love and support, and to dedicate this moment to my grandfather, who we lost earlier this year. Once again, I am honored to be inducted into the Rutgers-Newark Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Fencers don't often get a lot of recognition, so this is one of the few times that ever happens. But it's a treat for another reason, and that is I have some real old friends here that go back to Rutgers, but I have a newer friend, Judge Roger Daly over there, who only knows me for about 15 years. And he once saw this picture of me here, and he swore it wasn't me. So now I have proof, Roger, it's me, it's documented. Time flies. When I started fencing, it was a lot more exotic and exciting than it is today. Zorro was the most popular television program at the time. Guys like Errol Flynn and Tyrone Power were making all these swashbuckling movies, and there was a lot of sword play. And now today's action heroes use submachine guns and rocket launchers, and they fight robots. So fencing has kind of taken a back seat. They haven't made a Three Musketeers movie in about, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Be that as it may, I always enjoyed fencing here. It gave me a lot of great experiences, and in those days, at least, you know, when you fence, people would say to you, well, what do you like? Do you like foil or saber or epee? And they would understand what that meant, and you would tell them. Of course, Rutgers doesn't have any fencing teams anymore, so now when I tell people I took up fencing at Rutgers, they say, well, did you like chain link or wood or vinyl? Anyway, I will always be very thankful and proud of both my connection to fencing at Newark Rutgers and my attendance at Newark Rutgers. Newark Rutgers has had a long and proud tradition of giving affordable educations to people, some of whom would not otherwise be able to get an education. I'm one of the lucky ones that falls into that category. When I graduated from Barringer High School here in Newark, I only had two ambitions. One was to go to college to keep my mother happy, and the other was to go to college where I could still hang on the street corner, so I would be happy. Newark Rutgers was the only place I could pull that off. We did have Newark College of Engineering here in Newark at the time, but on the street corner, fast talkers were welcome, and guys who were going to be scientists and engineers didn't do so well. So I ended up going to Rutgers. My first semester here, it was only $300 a year, and you could get a maximum student loan at that time for $600. So I not only paid my tuition, but I bought a motorcycle, and I used to be able to go back and forth without getting tickets and sneak into the faculty parking lot around the gates with the motorcycle. So it was a good deal. Although I had fenced a bit in high school, I really wasn't interested in fencing at Rutgers because I had wanted to work part-time. Coach DeSico somehow found out I fenced in high school, and he came to look me up, and he helped me figure out how I could work my schedule so I could fence and work part-time at the same time. He doesn't know this, but he thought he really was completely responsible for convincing me to do fencing, but in the back of my mind I'm thinking little knowledge of fencing probably would help me ward off any kind of knife attacks out in the neighborhood. So, it was a win-win situation. Because of Coach DeSico's guidance and encouragement, I really went on to have some very, very wonderful experiences here at Rutgers, both fencing and otherwise, and I got a great education that really prepared me very well for life's challenges. It was here where I first learned and really appreciated that you can't really be successful in any sport or in life for that matter unless you learn to work together with people towards a common goal. In my life, I've been lucky that family and friends have always supported me. My coaches and mentors have inspired me. And of course, many of my teammates are responsible for being here. There's no doubt that this kind of lesson comes from team sports at the college level. And I just hope if there are any further budget cuts at Rutgers, our administrators keep that in mind. It would be a shame if we had to cut out more team sports because of financial considerations. In closing, I just want to share one personal experience with some of the other coaches and educators here. Back then, when we would come back to Newark from a late fencing meet, Coach DeSico would agree to drive some of us home so we didn't have to take a bus late at night. And I know that on those rides, I'm sure we talked a lot about fencing, and I'm sure we talked about successful plans for the future, but I gotta tell you, I don't remember any of those conversations. The one thing I will always remember is the coach wore the sharpest clothes, and he had this brand new Chrysler coupe that I fell in love with. So for any of you coaches and educators that are here today, if you really want to impress your young Newark student athletes, dress sharp and get a sharp car. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to thank everybody. I'm proud to be inducted to the Hall of Fame today with a bunch of special other people and people prior to me and more after me. When I came to Rutgers-Newark, I stepped on campus. I was like, whoa, I'm back home. Coming from Mercer County in the heart of Trenton, it was a great transition for me. I get a haircut between classes. I can shop for some sneakers once in a while. And coach can never find me if I do skip class. So it was a good experience here. I'm back trying to give other kids advice about things on and off campus and just trying to keep people on the right path and things of that nature. Met my wife here. She also a Rutgers alum. She drives me crazy sometimes, but it's good. And I'm just, like, basketball was just my safe haven growing up. My mother kept me short leash, always in programs after school and things of that nature. And basketball was just a way for me to compete with my buddies and my little brother and things of that nature. And I hated to lose, even though we lost a lot. I'm glad that the program is doing well. And it was never about me, just about the team just getting W's. I just wanted more W's than we had, but you know, it happens. I wish I had another year eligibility, so Mark and Chancellor Mansberg can look at the records and just give me one more shot at it. I guarantee you we'll win the NJAC championship if I come on with another name. But I just like to say thank you. I appreciate everything. This is a beautiful event, and I'm proud to be a Rutgers alum and also a inductee to the Hall of Fame. Thank you.
I'd like to ask Robin Pierce, please, to come forward.
Well, good afternoon. This, as all of my predecessors before me, this really is a great honor. It was funny because when Stallings called me to tell me about this, I kind of started thinking back. And I remembered, you know, Sean Byron, the coach at the time, you know, he flew out to California, he came out to my parents' house, and he was just sitting there at the table. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll take a trip out there. I'll see what New Jersey's all about. I haven't been out of California, much less the East Coast. So I come out here, I land in Newark Airport, and driving down Carter Highway. Oh, this might be a little rough for me. I met the coach, you know, and the wonderful teammate over here that it really was a great time that we had. But no, I mean, I couldn't have done this without the support of my team, my parents, and I can still remember I'm moving out my freshman year. And we asked one of the security guards in the dorm, so, you know what, can we grab something to eat? Where are we gonna go? He sends my mom and I down Market Street somewhere. And here we are, walking around, just trying to figure out something to do. And even then, my mom's like, so, you're gonna stay? And it probably wasn't for a couple years after that. You know, every time I came home for Christmas or Thanksgiving, my dad, so, are we gonna get you that plane ticket back? You still gonna go back to New Jersey? But, you know, they made it out here as much as they could. And for all of you current athletes out here, you really do build this camaraderie. And it's amazing how close you stay friends with the people you played with. Just a couple weekends ago, I went to one of my teammates' weddings, who married a baseball player. And a month later, I'm going to another teammate's wedding. We still stay in contact, and you'll really actually get to see years down the line. Oh yeah, I remember my Rutgers days in the wonderful dome. So once again, thank you very much. It has been an honor, and yeah.
Speaking of weddings, Robin happened to have been married about 9 months ago to a Tim Cook, who is currently deployed in Afghanistan, I believe.
The wonderful Marine Corps.
And so ends the formal portion of our day, but please stay around a little bit, have some coffee, and mingle. Thank you so much for coming out.